In a chill living room, leather-bound chairs, aroma of cigars hangs thick in the air. I'm cigar making, the host with flair. Welcoming my guest, a legendary face with stories to spare.
A puff a minute, bringing tales untold. In the smoky haze, connections unfold. With a puff of smoke, a bond is made. No time to waste, let the memories cascade. Making connections.
Family, what's good, man? It's the fellas coming at you from the backyard studio. It's a throwback episode, y'all. You know, your boys from Apuffaminute. As you can see, first and foremost, we gotta introduce Polo the dog, man, who's back for his cameo. He ain't been around in a while, man, messing up the show, so he want to start real early on y'all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
As soon as we turned the camera
on. He was quiet until the camera came on. But you already know who it is, man. It's your man, Cigar Mick.
It's the Banker people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we in the house right now, y'all. Like I said, it's a throwback episode, family. We ain't been back here in a while.
We have not, man. This is the home studio,
This is where it all began,
Yes.
This is where it all began, man.
Trying to get the camera angles right.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop sweating all the time.
Yeah, we used to be out here in that hot heat, man. 130-degree heat, sweating. You know what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing, man. Shout out to Tap and Ash, man. They had a little something going on today, man. But we wanted to bring something to y'all, man. We didn't want to wait, man, because we, you know, it's been a minute since we came back, man. So we wanted to get something out to you. And we want to start doing some things more on a regular basis because we got a lot of stuff that's coming up.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So me and the banker decide, you know what? Let's go back to the old school.
Yeah. So great idea.
That's what it is, man. So you know how we get started, family. You know what I'm saying? Tell the people what you smoking today.
Hey, y'all see it's a little different, right?
It's a little different, man. It's a puff a minute.
It's a puff a minute.
Come on.
This one you got to puff a little bit more than a minute because it be out on you in a minute.
True.
Definitely, I'm smoking my pipe today. I just got a new joint in. So this is part of that tobacco community, right?
Yes.
We started talking about tobacco enthusiasts when we go to shows like TPE, even PCH sometimes, right?
Yes.
They'll have some folks there selling raw tobacco in the tins. You'll see the English maids and what have you, vanillas, the flavors. I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to tobacco, but this joint do require some work. And that was something we was talking about, right? It's some work to smoke a pipe.
Yes.
You got to load it properly. You get aeration so that it stays lit. You got to puff it more than a puff a minute so that it stays lit as well. And then the lighting process, right?
Right.
I've burned more shorts off of a pipe than I have off of a cigar. I tell you that right now. Because if you try to use one of these joints, it blow all the tobacco out and boom, you got ashes everywhere. But you know, I'm using some matches today, make it a little bit easier. But yeah, I had to bring it out, man. I was like, I haven't smoked my pipe and I just got a new one, so I'm trying to break it in. You know, I see it ain't even worn yet around the top, so I was like, I gotta get it broken in a little bit more.
It smells so good, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real, man. One of the things that first drew me to the tobacco lifestyle, man, was the pipe smoking. You know what I'm saying? There was a professor who lived across the street from me in New Jersey, man, Dr. Waguchi, and that man always had a pipe, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
You know, and it was so fly, man. You know what I'm saying? And I also thought the pipe was real cool because cats with the pipes, man, they talk to you with the pipe. They be like, you know, they point with it and all of that. So I was like, yo, but the pipe lifestyle is fly, man. I got a pipe too. You know what I'm saying? I know you got a few of them, man, but I got a pipe in there. And I've been wanting to break mine out, man. But like you said, it's a lot of work.
It's a work.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's what's up, man. I'm doing a little something different myself today, man. So, you know, y'all don't see me with these a lot, man. But I smoke these, man. A brother, man, up in the Bay Area gave me a box of these a while ago. This is the Baccarat. You know what I'm saying? Baccarat is... I want to say it's a brand it's a Davidoff brand, you know what I'm saying, I want to say. But it is, these right here are actually imported from Honduras, I want to say. This one is called the Game. It's a really a nice light smoke for the morning time. You know, actually this is the Dolce Far Niente. It's got a sweet tip on it, you know what I'm saying. It's a little bit Dolce, it's creamy, you know what I'm saying. It's a Connecticut wrapper. But it's really light, pleasant smoke in the morning. It goes really good with my coffee and stuff like that, man. So the Baccarat, the Game, y'all. That's what it is this morning for your boy, man. So You know what I'm saying? Just taking it light and easy.
Yeah, you let me try that. It's not bad smoker at all. Definitely.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, I'm not a real flavor dude.
Yeah.
But this is just light enough. Like I said, it's just sweet tip. It's a sweet cap, I should say, right? That's the official term. So it's just a sweet cap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's not overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? But it's just kind of like a nice creaminess on it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So what's going on, man?
So much,
I got talking to you with my pipe down.
Yeah, talk with the pipe, baby. Talk with the pipe. You know, it's so much, man, since the last time we sat down, bro. It's so much, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, first and foremost, man, like, you know, we haven't even sat down and talked since the debate, right?
Correct.
I mean, I don't even think we need to get into it because the whole world saw what that was. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was a total, like, massacre of the minds, and you know what I'm saying? It was, it was just like, you know, shooting fish in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? Dude fell for every trap. You know, every setup, every trap. It was just like, remember what I told you on the last episode we did, right? Because remember the debate was on my birthday.
Correct.
And I said, all I want to do is go home, you know what I'm saying, sit in front of the TV with my birthday cake, you know what I'm saying, and enjoy the debate, man, and so on. And that's literally how it went down. You know, I went out to eat with wifey, you know, took my dessert home, you know, sat there and did not want to be disturbed, bro, and just watched that debate, bro. I had a grand old time, man. Cass was watching the debate like they was watching the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? It was funny, bro.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was interesting, man, to see even how people tried to spin it afterwards, you know, and not really give credit where credit was due. I just don't know, man. Like, you know, when you are running for like the most powerful office in the land, and you sit there and try to justify, you know, internet propaganda, you know, like eating cats and dogs and stuff like that, man, in Ohio and stuff like that, and try to make it sound like credible information. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, that just loses all credibility, man. And when you say, well, I have, you know, the makings of a plan, or the, you know, the outline of a plan, or I don't really have a plan, like, you sit up there and say that, like, out your mouth, bro. I'm just sitting there like, dude, like, what are you doing right now? You know, so at the end of the day, bro, people are still going to support that person, because people are blind, or people are just like they're that much invested at this point. You know, it's a sad commentary. I want to see what goes down on the vice presidential debate, which is coming up, which I don't really, you know how much weight that's going to hold. It'll be entertaining, nonetheless, you know, to say the least. Yeah. But I mean, we'll see what's gonna happen, man. At this stage of the game, bro, I just don't know.
But it's, I'll say two things, bro. It's kind of funny, right? Like, you start to hear Trump speak more often. He seems to be distancing himself from his own vice president candidate, right? He's distancing himself from him already. Then at the same time, it's like we always talk about how fashion comes back, right? Bell bottoms came back into style, and high-waisted jeans and all that kind of stuff, right? It seems like we're going back to the old way of politics, where now we're more following individuals than we are following parties, and following methodologies and consensus around culture and things of that nature, right? You started talking about, like, back in the old days, we had the Whigs, and then you had Republicans at the same time, the Democrats. There was 10 different parties during the early 1900s, right? And I don't want to go back too far. People don't always keep up with history like that, but at the same time, we had all that stuff going on. It seems like we're getting back to that kind of methodology around politics, where we're following people, and it's hard for people to even stay party line. You get a lot of politicians that are Democrats, but then people say they're blurring the line of being a Republican because they support small business, or they support, you know, less government, or they support these different initiatives. But at the same time, they're saying, hey, we got to help the people. So they're going both sides of the spectrum without saying, I'm not going to give you a handout, but I'm going to give you opportunities, right? So it's like, yeah, I'm a Democrat on paper, but I'm saying I want to give you opportunities. And that's what that's what was happening early on, right? When we first started establishing our democracy, was really talking about what are the initiatives that people care about. It's getting away from that. It's getting away from that. Now they following a person. I just love Trump. I love Trump. I'm gonna follow Trump. Whether you like Kamala or not, do you follow her initiatives? She's at least coming out with some initiatives and plans, whether you agree with them or not.
Correct.
At least she's running on a platform at this point.
Yeah.
And that was one of my concerns: is what she gonna come out with an actual? Don't touch the mic, but what she gonna come out with an actual platform?
Yeah.
And she has.
Yeah.
And we saw part of that in the debate. And I think as the weeks have gone on after the debate, we're seeing more and more of that. She's coming out with actual, like, I'm gonna lower taxes, I'm gonna do it, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Whether you agree with it or not, she's got some kind of plan she's trying to work off of. But him, he just up there. I'm gonna come up here and talk shit and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with you 100%, man. It's become a popularity contest. It's become, let's see how much division, that we create. This is what we don't like about it. It becomes more of a contest of dislikes, as opposed to a contest of things that we support. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day, man. It's more about personalities. It's more, just call it what it is, bro. It's more about race at this point than anything else. At the end of the day, I hate to say this, man. I really do. I hate to say this, man. But now I've gotten to the point now when I ride down the street, and I see a sign in front of somebody's house that says, Trump for president. What I see now is a sign that says racist lives here, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I hate to feel that way, but that's kind of how, when people come to me and they start talking to me about, people make assumptions about me. You know what I'm saying? When they think that, people think that, a Trump supporter on some level because of some of the things that I say or may represent, you know what I'm saying, or what have you. And they start talking to me in a way that is almost offensive. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at them like, what do you really think about me? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, bro, it's kind of crazy.
You almost an assumed Republican at this point, bro.
That's what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
People make assumptions, man.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, nah, that's not, But anyway, neither here nor there. I just, like I said, I want to see what's going to happen because my biggest fear now is that whichever way that this election goes, is not going to be good in the short term.
Yeah.
Right. For the country, especially given the history of January 6th, the last time around, right? So I do believe that there's going to be some type of violent, like some kind of outrage that's going to take place either way.
Yeah.
And that's the part that scares me the most.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see which way it goes, man.
I will say this though, the only thing that it makes me think about, I won't say the only thing, but one of the things that makes me think about top of mind is succession planning. And I always wonder, how does that kind of work within the parties of talking about who are going to be our next leaders, our next candidates? It feels accidental at this point. It doesn't seem intentional, like maybe like a Clinton or a Bush. Like it seemed very intentional when we had those folks as president, right? But right now, it seems just accidental. It's like whoever pops up and whoever wins the popularity contest is going to end up being the president. And it's like, okay, who can I bash the most? Who can I say the worst things about on social media, what have you? It's not intentional about the mission initiatives and the real succession planning of the country. And I think about this in my own personal life and some of the initiatives that I'm working on. I'm just like, man, where's the succession planning happening? I just don't see that right now. It just feels like it's accidental, and that's not a way to run a country. No. We gotta think about, we already know the presidents only get 2 terms, right? So knowing that
today,
well, that is true, because with this Supreme Court, who knows what they're going to vote on.
Everything is subject to change.
Yeah,
right? So, everything is subject to change. And I know that I lost a lot of people with that last statement that I made. So I need to go back and say that. I'm not saying that everybody with a sign in front of their house is a racist. All right, I'm saying that that's the first thought that pops into my head. There's some very good people out there that are Trump supporters. Don't get me wrong. All right, so I mean, I need to clear that up because I can feel, I can feel the people getting behind their screens and starting to send me the nasty messages and all of that type of stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as a black man in America, right, and knowing all of the vitriol, the way that people acted the last time when he was in office, man. You know what I'm saying? Knowing all of the unchecked police brutality, all of the unchecked, you haven't heard as many, police killings and, Karen trollings and, all of these types of things that were occurring during the Trump presidency over the last, 4 years, so to speak. Right? You haven't heard as many because people were so bold and so out of pocket, just because there were no checkpoints, right? And I just feel like people miss that. We're getting back to that, and when I hear people say, we're taking our country back, when I hear people saying, going, back to the good old days and all of that type of stuff, I'm trying to figure out when were there ever any good old days for me?
Yeah, the thing that always bothers me, especially with having children still in schools, the school shootings. And now they have, the Democrats have gone back to this rhetoric of we're going to be hard on police and we're going to get back to what they call it, being
stop and frisk.
Yeah, stop and frisk, but the law. All those things that we heard in the 90s when we had Clinton and we had Bush and all that stuff, like super predators and all that kind of stuff. It's like now they're getting back to that rhetoric versus really facing the systemic issues that these kids ain't got help at home and they ain't got help at school. And I'm like, you telling a kid you can't feed them during the day and they're not getting fed at home, things like that, right? How you expect them to learn? How you expect them to deviate from some of these bad behaviors? Right. But it's a lot of like systemic things where I'm like, okay, y'all are going back to that same old rhetoric. I was like, y'all recycling stuff we already been through. We saw that was a failure. We saw that hard on justice, and they started talking about the immigrants crossing the border again, and murdering people. I'm like, why are we going back? Why are we going back to the same old rhetoric we've always had?
It's a cycle, bro. It's a cycle. I want to get off of that, man. You know what I'm saying, real quick, if we can. I want to get off of that, and I want to jump ship to some of the other biggest news that's happening right now in America, and that's this whole thing with your man Diddy, bro.
You put stock in Gerber?
Nah,
good baby oil.
Nah, bro. Bro, come on, man. 1,000 bottles, baby oil, bro. Ain't nobody that dry. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
They talking on the Epstein level, bro.
Well,
without the island, though.
Yeah, without the island, man. Without the island, and when you think about, because that brings up some questions even about Epstein, because they didn't even raid Epstein like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even, they didn't even raid
even the island.
Yeah, they didn't even raid the island like that or any stuff like that, man. So it brings up some things. And my question, because I've had people who have asked me in the wake of all this, people who have asked me, do I think Epstein is even dead? Do you really think he committed suicide? That dude was a billionaire, man. You don't think he could have paid off some of those prison guards or, people? Because Epstein had lists. He had papers, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's talking about the list that Diddy's coming out with, but the people that they're worried about are other celebrities, so to speak, right? Other people on Diddy's list, like other entertainers and stuff like that.
Political figures.
Not the political figures, but Epstein had the political figures on and stuff like that he could hurt. You don't think that they would have helped that dude, Yeah, they and then they cremated Epstein's body in 24 hours, bro, in
After
prison.
him hanging himself, all of a sudden 24 hours later, you get cremated.
Come on, man, they cremated somebody. So so it started raising questions for me, man. I ain't trying to be that conspiracy dude, but it did start raising questions. I'm sitting there like, you know what? billions of dollars, you can make anything happen.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I don't know, man. And they're like, you know, what if now in the next few days or whatever, you all of a sudden you hear that Diddy committed, you know, because again, it all depends on who's on them lists.
And you know, you can only take some things with a grain of salt, but there was rumors that he wasn't eating because he thought people was trying to poison him.
Who did he?
Yeah.
Well, I think who was it? Your boy Suge Knight, right? He did an interview, right? And his interview actually made a lot of sense, right? He said, well, you got to understand that Diddy was a heavy drug user. So really, what you know, when they put you on, what did he say? He said when they put you on suicide watch like that, they take everything. You in that cell, you butt naked. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so they take everything away from you and stuff like that. And they said that he's going through withdrawal. You know, so again, you know, so he said that's the effects of the withdrawal and stuff like that.
Even if it was just alcohol, you know, you're going to go through alcohol withdrawal.
So that's what he was saying and stuff like that. So that kind of made some sense to me and whatnot, you know, so, you know, we'll have to see, you know, how that shakes out and stuff, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't, you know, I'm not saying that Diddy wasn't a bad dude, you know, but they didn't do Harvey Weinstein like that, you know, and they didn't do Epstein like that. So
they didn't parade him around like that and all that stuff. Like even the story with Epstein, that didn't really come out till Netflix wanted to make a special about it. But that was many years before even the Netflix special came out. But you know how people follow popular culture, and it was one of them things that got posted. All of a sudden, now everybody wanted to know who Epstein was. I knew who Epstein was because of the financial world, but I didn't know about all this other crazy stuff. I knew he was a stockbroker. He had ties with Madoff and some other folks in that nature, and I was like, okay, that's how he supposedly came up. And you know, you like I said, you got to take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt because you don't know how well the script or whatever was done for the Netflix special. Some of that stuff may be true, some of it not. You got all these people that may have been scorned, lost money with them and that sort of thing. But it is kind of weird that you got all these political figures involved in his case. Like you said, Diddy doesn't. But he does have some people that seem like plants within the industry, right? To control once again, mind control of the black people. You hate to say that, but sometimes there's people that just feel like plants. And Cat Williams told us that in the special with in the Shay Shay room. He was talking about, man, he's like, there are some people that are plants, and he's like, if this person ain't the definition of a plant, what is a plant? Exactly.
Well, he said Diddy was a plant. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know, you know, what occurred to the point where, because for years people were saying that Diddy was like an FBI informant, right? So I don't know what would occur to, you know, make him lose that status or what have you. But at the end of the day, you know, nobody talks about the people who put the money behind Diddy. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Nobody talks about the Clive Davises. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about, you know, all of these other cats and stuff like that. I don't even know, like Jimmy Iovine or Tommy Mottola. I don't even know if Tommy Mottola was involved in it and stuff like that. But I'm just saying these big names and stuff like that behind, you know what I'm saying, the real man, there was this book I read a long time ago, man. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Was it called Hitman, or it was talking about the real top guys in the music industry that really started all of that type of stuff, man. But those were the people that was
God forbid something happened like you said, Jimmy Iovine, like he got his hands in Rockefeller, he got his hands in Bad Boy. I'm like, boy, like God forbid something come out with him involved in it, right? That might be on the level of an Epstein, right?
That's or what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys was like, Diddy was a party promoter, man. You know what I'm saying? Street dude and stuff like that. They learned this stuff from somebody, man. You know, they learned this stuff, and these types of parties, that was nothing new, man. You know what I'm saying? These types of parties, man, that was like the definition of a Hollywood party, bro. You know what I'm saying? Those types of parties. So they want to call it a freak off now, whatever. But those were Hollywood. Those were standard Hollywood parties, man. That stuff was going on for ages.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? So this is not nothing new. But they're gonna make an example out of him right now, right? So it's crazy, bro. I don't understand it. You know, and I like what what's your man DX Hughley said, because you got all these people popping up right now. I remember I was at the Diddy party and I saw this and I saw that and so on and so forth. D.O. said, listen, man, if you coming out now, you know, talking about, you know, you was at the Diddy party and you saw this and saw that, you not a witness, you an accomplice. You an accomplice, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody will come out now on a podcast talking about, I remember. It's like, same thing happened with the Cosby case, though. Soon as Cosby got to, was get ready to buy the media company, next you know, all these 30, 40 women come out of nowhere from 40, 50 years later. You like, what the hell?
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, now all of a sudden all y'all got something to say. After all this time. And I was like, same thing with Diddy. I was like, you guarantee, bro, it's going to be somebody come on. Next you know, they keep trying to get Usher and Bieber. They keep trying to get them to come out and say Diddy did this and Diddy did that. And I was like, I'm proud of them to try to stay outside of it, whether it happened or not.
They got their checks, bro.
It ain't got nothing to do with them at this point.
At this point, bro, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, believe it or not, right? People actually do things, sometimes some very uncomely things, right? Because they want something in return.
And this case is not about sex crimes.
Right.
It is not about sex crimes. I was like, wake up, people, understand. Same thing with the Cosby case. That was not about no sex crimes. He may have committed them. I'm not saying that he didn't. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that's not what it's about. This whole situation is about something much bigger than that. This dude can't be a billionaire. You can't just walk around as a black billionaire and be flaunting it and doing what you Diddy shaking everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Now you got all the Dave Chappelle stuff coming out when he was wearing the lip gloss. And he's like, I want you to go downtown and give me some sugar cookies.
Exactly.
He said, I want some real Cambodian breast milk.
They take them from Diddy down to Pookie and whatnot, you know.
Man.
You know, it's crazy, bro. But it's definitely you know, it's definitely, you know, you get to a certain level and it's like, okay, it's time to break you down. Take you back. And again, I mean, shame on us for falling for it. You know what I'm saying? Again, shame on us for, you know, you know, I always remember, man, like, you know, if somebody can give you something, they can take it away. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If somebody could make you, they can break you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the end. That's really what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? So again, Diddy didn't get there by himself, man. You know what I'm saying? And then he let it, allegedly, you know, he let it get to his head and stuff like that. He started feeling like he was untouchable. And then they're like, okay, now we're gonna touch you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but we'll see where this goes, man. But again, it's another crazy case. It's something that we definitely want to keep our eyes on because there's a lot of other individuals right now who are nervous, you know. And again, it started with Kels, you know. It started with Kels. Some people are saying that Kels, you know, said some things which led to what's going on with Diddy right now. You know what I'm saying? But they said that Kels didn't stop at Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep our eye on Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep your eyes on Jay-Z, keep your eyes on Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes on a lot of these cats, man, because again, ain't no telling where this train's going to end.
The only thing I will say though, man, I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit. Don't get distracted about these situations because there's some real stuff going on in the world. This is still an election year. We got a lot of stuff going on in your local communities from an election standpoint. Where I'm like, don't get distracted by all this pop culture stuff. Pay attention to what's going on in your everyday life around you. Why do groceries cost so much? Why are my power rates going up? Why can't I buy water? Why can't I do certain things, right? Pay attention to that stuff that affects you every day. Don't get distracted by these phones and social media and all these different things that's going on. Like even the Diddy case. At the end of the day, whatever happens to Diddy, God forbid, he don't have to spend no long-term time in prison or whatever, but it don't affect you on a day-to-day basis. So make sure to get back to what centers you. Take care of your families, take care of what's going on around you. People are dying, people out here living rough. I'm like, and it's not a good time. It's not. It's a lot of people going through it right now.
On that note, I'm going to ask you a very serious question, bro, because I was thinking about this the other day. Do you think that the timing of this Diddy case is by design, to detract away from the political environment.
Absolutely, bro. Check the timeline.
Yeah.
The Cosby case was during the first Trump election.
Thank you.
Boom. Now you got Diddy during the second one. It's like, boom, come on now. People are getting distracted. And the only thing that Trump is struggling from right now is that people are more aware of how they're using social media to manipulate us. Now it's a lot of people out here like you and I talking like this and say, hey, I'm not going to get distracted by this nonsense on social media. I understand my phone is listening to me right now. And I guarantee you when I leave here, I'm going to get a Kamala Harris ad. I'm going to get a ad from Trump. I'm going to get something on my phone just based off of the fact that I know my microphone is on and it's listening to me right now. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this is all by design. This was not an accidental situation. Yeah. They knew what was happening in the world and they said, okay, we need to get them focused on something else. Now you got Diddy. Everybody, what you see on social media now, everybody posting baby oil ads and they got the Diddy in the mirror popping up behind you when you're putting on baby oil. Like, it's funny. It's funny, but guess what it does? It distracts you from what's really happening.
So I'm gonna go one step further, man. Because again, sometimes it can be things like that's meme worthy, right? And it's kind of funny. It's kind of meme worthy. Sometimes it could be things that are seemingly of good intention, right? Seemingly well. Because I'll tell you something else, and I'm probably the only person, man, who, I didn't have an issue with this. I just saw through it, right? Was it last Friday? The Friday before yesterday, right? Right. Everybody of black culture was encouraged to wear white to honor Frankie Beverly's passing.
Okay.
Right. So it was like a white out. It's like, yo, everybody wear white. Everybody stream Frankie Beverly all day, and that went out. I shouldn't say mess, but that went out over social media. It was amazing to me how all across the United States, how black America was galvanized around the idea in such a short amount of time, because this occurred in like a week's time. Such a short amount of time to galvanize all of black America around the idea of paying homage, right, to a musical icon, which he was, all right, or Frankie Beverly, right, and encouraging everybody to wear white, right, and to play his music for an entire day. Right, but we can't get on the same page about who we want to vote for, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got niggas for Trump. We got, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that was just, it was like, wow, we can galvanize around something like this in such a short amount of time, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to something of consequence, right, something that's going to impact for generations to come, right, we can't get on the same page, bro.
It happened with the R. Kelly case, bro. Remember how many people was out there, step. They was like, we ain't letting him go to jail. We not letting him go to prison. And it was everybody got galvanized. Now everybody saying, okay, we not playing it on BET. We not playing it on this. I'm like, how y'all get it galvanized around those initiatives versus something that's important that affects your everyday life.
Right.
Your everyday life. Exactly. These people have control of your everyday life. And if you're not paying attention, one of them going to come in, next you know, now you got no abortion rights. And it ain't just the Supreme Court. It could be locally. Because they're going to still leave it state governed. Boom. Now you got no abortion rights. Boom. Now, shoot, we might be living in a state where we get state taxes now.
That's right.
We don't have state taxes right now.
Exactly.
And it's already getting expensive. It's like there's so many things people are not paying attention to. And it's like, how do you create legacies and futures for your family, like in this situation, this climate we in right now? It's like, if you ain't paying attention, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, being lulled to sleep, bro. Definitely being lulled to sleep.
By social media.
Yep, by social media.
These phones is killing us, man.
Absolutely.
They're killing us.
Yep. That's why you
pick up a book.
Thank you. Thank you, bro. Man,
I hate to say it, I yell at my kids all the time. I see her on that phone too much. Go get a book.
Yeah.
She told me, I tell you a funny story. She told me one day, Daddy, are you a lukewarm Christian? I said, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
And where did you learn that term from? And she said, do you just pray to him on this? I said, no, I read my Bible every day. But these are the things these kids are getting exposed to, and just people in general, right? Once you get down that rabbit hole, it could be like the rabbit hole of watching Un-rehearsed, or the rabbit hole of Trumpism, or whatever.
Right.
You start going down these rabbit holes, but they just inundate you with all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is. It really is, bro. One thing I do want to say is we need your help, right? We need to get our YouTube followership up. We need to get the Spotify followership up, right? So we're going to stop putting full episodes on IG, right? So we need to get y'all to watch what you watch over here, and then, you know, we need you to get over to those other platforms and support, man, so that we can start, you know, first of all, monetizing, right? Because we need to get those numbers up so we can monetize, and they can start attaching some ads and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Some things that we're doing and whatnot. And that also helps us get into a lot of these other conferences and things like that, where we can increase our footprint and our profile, you know what I mean? So, all right, that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with. I'm gonna let, you know, Banker take us out, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna move on to the next, because we got other things we got to get into today.
Yeah, I know Mick said it, man. Like you said, we always give you the rundown, talking about YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, we can't hit it hard enough, man. We love what y'all are doing in certain ways, but we need more of it. We need more of that interaction. We want to get the feedback. We want to get more of the connection, show the love, share, like, all that, comment with everybody. And like I said, we already talked about YouTube, right? YouTube is the library. Like, you can go back years back. We was talking early on about how long we've been in the backyard studio, then moving the tap and doing what we do at Tap and Natural. Appreciate the support from Mel and Michelle, definitely. But definitely, that's where the library is. But IG, keep showing the love, the interaction. That's your quick spot. Go check us out. Then we on Facebook. I don't know if we ever mentioned Facebook that often, but you know, IG, Facebook, inline. So you can check out both, whichever platform you enjoy the most. We'll start putting up some shorts and some things like that for you all to check out. I don't know if we're going to be doing Diddy memes, but we're going to at least be putting out shorts so y'all can get some quick content from us, some sound blurbs and things of that nature. But at the same time, we're on the podcast too, man. Check us out on the podcast. That gives you a way to stay engaged with us as well. If you're in your car, you're at the gym, you're running, you're walking, whatever, listen to the show. Come back, hit the YouTube page, hit IG, give us a comment, give us a like, give us a share, do all that, show the love. But we appreciate you and we love y'all.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you're in Las Vegas, man, you can catch Cigar Mix every Saturday night, man. I'm down at Tap and Ash hosting that Soulful Saturday, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you come through and check us out there as well, man. Until the next time, man, you know, we out of here. Once again, your man, Cigar Mix from Apuffaminute.
It's the Banker, peace.
And we out of here, family. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Look at Polo, man. He done chilled out on us.
Now, after we done.
Now that we done, he done chilled out on us.